Spain and Australia are two amazing countries for teaching English abroad. I taught in Spain for 5 years and I've been teaching in Australia for 5.5 years. I'll compare my salary in Spain versus Australia and share who I think should teach in each country. How much money I made teaching abroad in Spain. As a disclaimer, the statistics in this video are all before tax. I had different tax situations for each job because some were through student visas, so they were technically grants, and others were through work visas, and so they were definitely taxed. My first year teaching in Spain was actually through a master's program called the Teach and Learn program at Instituto Franklin, which is part of the University of Alcalá near Madrid. In this program, you attend master classes for 1 year and you work as a language assistant in local schools at the same time. When I did this program in 2011, half of my salary went to pay for the master's program. After half of my pay was taken out for this master's, I earned 780 euros per month for working 26 hours per week. I taught from mid-September until June, and we were paid the same each month whether we had days off or not, except for September, which was a half month. In total, I earned about 7,400 euros, which ends up being 7 euros an hour. Ouch. To supplement this, I obviously had to teach a lot of private lessons around Madrid. If you'd like to find out more about this master's program, I will link this video up in the cards. The following year, I renewed my language assistant position through the UCITAM program, and since I wasn't doing the master's program, I was able to keep my 1,440 euro per month salary. In total, I earned about 13,680 euros, which is about 13 euros per hour. Before we get to how much money I made through the Auxiliares de Conversación program in Spain, I just wanted to let you know that I'm hosting a free 5-day challenge in July called the Teach Abroad Jobs Bootcamp. This challenge is perfect for you if you are new to teaching abroad or you're currently looking for a teach abroad job. For more details, check out the link down below. My third year in Spain, I taught through the Auxiliares de Conversación program, also known as the North American Language and Cultural Assistant Program. My school was located in a town outside of Madrid, and I taught 16 hours per week from October to June. In this program, you only teach 4 days per week. Since my school was located in the community of Madrid, I earned 1,000 euros per month. In total, I earned 9,000 euros, which ends up being around 14 euros per hour. Since I only worked at my school 4 days per week, I did use my extra day off to teach private classes. My last 2 years in Spain, I taught at an American school in Madrid as a preschool and first grade teacher. Since I'm a certified teacher in the US, I was able to get a work visa to work at this school, and unlike my previous schools, I wasn't a language assistant. I was the head teacher and I had my own co- and assistant teachers. A big difference is that this was a full-time teaching position. In total, I earned 23,000 euros my first year and 24,000 euros my second year. Again, this ends up being around 13 to 14 euros per hour. What conclusion can we draw from these numbers? Well, if you want to save money, don't teach in Spain. Spain is a great place to try out teaching abroad for the first time because there are so many different language assistant programs, and most of them only require you to have a bachelor's degree. The lifestyle, the people, and the places you can visit are incredible, but the salaries are just enough to get by. I love Spain, but professionally, it wasn't the best in terms of work environment, teacher support, or pay. Also, just to let you know, if you want to work as a language assistant in Spain, you typically need to be a native English speaker with a bachelor's degree. If you want to teach in academies, you'll need EU working rights. And if you want to work in international schools in Spain, you need to be a certified teacher, but do know that there is a lot of competition for positions in Spain. How much money I made teaching in Australia. After meeting my now husband in Spain, we decided to move to Australia. We both got work holiday visas, packed our bags, and moved across the world to Brisbane, Australia. If you want to find out more about these visas, then you can watch this video. For the first 6 months, I taught at Brown's English Language School in Brisbane. Pay at English language schools in Australia is standardized and on a scale based on your qualifications and experience. Unfortunately for foreign teachers, every year you've spent teaching outside of Australia only counts for half a year. At this school, I earned around 48 Australian dollars per hour, working between 20 and 21 hours per week. And although it doesn't look like many hours, Australian language schools only pay you for the time that you are actually in the classroom. So anytime you spend lesson planning, creating your own materials, or grading papers is generally unpaid. Unlike in Spain, you aren't paid when you need to miss work because you're sick, there's a holiday, or you're taking a vacation. So taking this into account, I made around 21,800 Australian dollars in 6 months. From 2017 to 2020, I worked at Lexis English in Brisbane, and since I was there for so long, I did move up my pay scale twice. So I'm going to use my final hourly rate for my calculations. At this school, I worked between 20 and 22 hours per week, and I did get paid 1 hour per week for grading papers, but this was at a lower rate. At Lexis, my hourly rate for teaching was around $55 and $26 per hour for grading. Assuming sick days, holidays, and vacations, I worked around 10 months out of the year for a total of $49,000. In Australia, I also teach dance at a local studio where I earn between $30 and $32 per hour, and I'm also currently teaching online, earning US dollars by teaching freelance and also on OutSchool and AllSchool. If you are eligible for a work holiday visa, you have a bachelor's degree and a TEFL certificate, then I highly recommend coming to Australia to teach English at language schools. There is a lot of demand right now because our borders were closed for almost 2 years, and now all of the students are returning and there are actually a lot of positions available. I hope this video was helpful if you're thinking about teaching abroad in Spain, Australia, or any other country. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below, or you can always fill out my survey and I will email you back. If you'd like to learn how to teach abroad step by step, I do have an online course called the TEFL Teacher Roadmap, and I open it for enrollment a few times a year. If you'd like to get a special early bird discount, then just get on my waitlist by clicking the link down below. You can find me on Instagram at ESLTeacher365, where I share tons of tips and tricks for teaching abroad and online. And if you'd like to learn more about teaching abroad, then you can watch my Teach Abroad playlist next. Happy teaching!